As we all know, sometimes life can be a lot. We've got work, we've got families, we've got friends. Our well-being can fall victim to our busy lives. Nearly 1 in 4 adults across the world report feeling lonely. Joining me now to talk about the effects of loneliness is our friend, Dr. Frieda Birnbaum. Good morning, Dr. Birnbaum. How are you?
Good morning to you, and I'm definitely not going to the moon. I have enough wrinkles. I will wait right here. Thank you.
You know, I'm so
That's
glad you
my
brought that up.
conclusion.
I remember I'm a certified sports diver, a scuba diver.
Oh, wow.
I don't say I'm one now because I'd spent years. But I remember going on one of my first dives and I was petrified, and it dawned on me like, hey, we as humans, we don't have gills. We have no business being that deep in the water. Just like flying, we don't have wings. We don't belong in the air, right?
We belong on Earth.
Right.
Let's try to stay here as long as we can.
Yes.
We're very fortunate to have that. And why accelerate problems? Hopefully we don't have to worry about anything else. So that's a good thing. We're going to talk about things that happen on Earth and things we can do something about it.
Yes. Things we can control.
So we have more power this way with our lives. We'll try anyway.
Absolutely. Okay, with that said, Dr. Birnbaum, let's talk about loneliness. Let's define what loneliness is.
You know, it's a feeling of isolation, of boredom, of being rejected, not connecting. It reminds me, I had a patient, her name was Susan. She was in her early 30s, went to work, got her Starbucks coffee every morning, was very friendly, came home, started all over again, and was depressed. She joined a group where they actually physically hugged, networked, called each other, and that depression left. So loneliness can really be something that's an illness that we can really take care of.
And oftentimes situational.
Yeah, situational, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With that said, how does loneliness affect us? Obviously, you talked about how it affected this one particular person, but the effects can be quite great.
Could be horrendous, really. I mean, we're talking about smoking a half a pack of cigarettes a day. That's equal to what loneliness can do for you. And then again, we have to look at the way we eat. You know, we don't cut our vegetables and cook for ourselves. So we don't eat healthy, we eat fast foods. And then our morbidity, that's it, that's the word, is really affected by it because our cardiovascular system, dementia, any kind of diseases that can affect you, diabetes, all across the board. That's the kind of effect loneliness has on you.
So talk to us. You know, I know there are solutions here, right? There are ways people can combat loneliness. Yes. They might not always be easy because it requires you to perhaps take that first step. If you're used to going home and not doing anything after the workday, it's going to require you to take that leap of faith, if you will, and try something new, do something, push yourself.
Yes. And you know, a third of us, of our American population, we don't even know who our neighbors are. Or 20% of us, we're not even in relationships at all. 50% get divorced and are lonely again, and relationships break up. So absolutely. But you know, there are things, Zach, that can combat these situations for us if we really know what we have to do. And number one, the one thing you have to do is live close to people you know. Live close to people who are relatives or friends, and don't eat alone. You know, eating alone can be the loneliest thing. You know, having a conversation with somebody is so important. And then I see on the screen the pets. Pets are great.
Yeah.
They can't talk back. They can't argue. They're unconditional. Get a pet. I mean, don't get rid of your partner, but if you have...
I don't know.
I'm not saying that, maybe. But if you are lonely, a pet, as I said, cannot talk back. And guess what? You know, when we're talking about hugging, you can even take a stuffed animal, And not a stuffed real animal.
You're right.
I don't know what's going on with me today, but a stuffed something. And when you hug that, those feelings can be just as good or better than someone who's not responding to you. So, physiologically, I'm not just talking about it. Research has shown that your heart does beat slower and you feel calmer. So hug, your nearest stuffed animal, your teddy bear. It feels good because we're really wired to be social creatures. Loneliness can really kill. So I want to ask you a really tough question today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Is it right if I give you a virtual hug?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay,
you know
here we
this.
go.
Yes,
Does that
I
feel
absolutely
better,
adore
Zach?
you. Yes, it does. It does.
See that?
I wish you were
relaxed.
right.
There you go. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we wish you were here in person. We always enjoy.
One day I'll scare you. I'll be here.
I welcome that. I'd love that. If you want to come down, I don't know if you were tuned in a few minutes ago, but it's a big day for us here in Texas because it's Go Texan Day. So it's a day for us to talk about our heritage and pride, but also Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo kicks off next week. So everybody's wearing cowgirl hats, and so it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and when we talk about loneliness, perhaps setting those goals and saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to show up today. I'm going to be present, and I'm going to try something new. And maybe it is an outing. Maybe it is going, walking to the store and meeting someone. Getting out of your comfort zone could possibly go a long way.
Absolutely. Step out of that box.
Yeah.
See what happens. It can only get better, seriously. Make differences, make changes, and embrace these absolutely different types of lifestyles and experiences and people that you can have in your life. It really is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Let's try doing something like that.
And go adopt a pet. There are so many pets in need.
Yes.
I'm a big advocate for animals, and
You have a dog.
I do. Mr. Sully, he's about to turn 12, and he's my world. And so I can honestly tell you that he has changed my world for the better. And I know that if you open your heart and your home to a four-legged friend, whether it be a dog or a cat, that can also go a long way for you as well.
That's great advice, as always, Zach. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, as always, Dr.
It's my
Birnbaum,
pleasure.
have a great
Be well.
weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
You
Okay,
too.
sounds good.